Ray, you've returned back over to the unpublished realm, following along the same way that you got there. I forgot if I had mentioned it here or to the other group, but one thing that's nice about these interdimensional weird shenanigans going on in the library is they are consistent. They're a little bit disorientating at first, but every time you turn left at the same point, for example, the same effect will happen. So if turning left made you start walking on the ceiling the first time, it will every single other time. And keeping that in mind, you have no difficulty reaching back over to where the unpublished realm was.
Oh, neat. I'm gonna call this one the sick laugh.
The what?
The sick laugh. Because it makes us feel sick when we turn left.
Amazing.
That's sick.
Alright. Ray, Jojira, you are here. Right now, the area appears to be empty, but Jojira is able to, with their previous magic that they had used, able to detect that there is an undead in the presence. Alright, thank you, Jamie.
I'll let Jojira take point on negotiation. They're probably better at speaking to dragons than me.
You have some experience, Ray. Ish. You were the only one that resisted its fear that first time, if you recall.
I was, but it didn't seem to be quite happy with the response afterwards, so, you know.
I missed the DC by like 1, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe it was more of a respect than a frighten. A menace, if you would.
Okay. Isn't it weird that you would think dragons would be immune to another dragon's frightful presence, but they're not?
I don't know.
I could see it.
If it's very big, you know, some
They have
sort
legendary resistances.
of dragon dominance fight.
Very too silly to be afraid.
By the term stalwart.
I mean, it's just polite to let her make the first move, right? Her being Miram, not Ari.
Yeah, I gathered that. I mean, Ray is intentionally holding back from just going, "Hello, Dragon Lady."
After
She has gained tact.
after a few minutes, then you see Miriam more quietly than usual kind of appear from the beyond as their head pokes out from between the spaces there. They somewhat look both of you up and down. Where are the fledglings? They somewhat look at almost at Ray a bit of the as they said that actually.
You said this was happening after reconvening?
That seems like it would be the most suitable time, so that way it would make sense if Ray had popped up after that too. There is that distinct echo in the head of don't bet our lives on this. Or something along those lines.
I believe it was something like don't make unilateral decisions on their behalf or something like that.
Something along those lines, just.
Don't sell the party into slavery.
Yeah. Reasonable.
I'm sorry, but this is going to be kind of slow. Because I'm typing this, and also my brain doesn't work.
The air around here in the unpublished realm is somewhat filled with a degree of dust. It is the little remnants of almost like passing gusts, very slow-moving ones, unnatural ones, is the only kind of sound that there is.
I'm going to note that I am using like all of the proper, formal, polite wordage and other things in Draconic, and that I am speaking Draconic as a true dragon does, because this is my native tongue. And for example, that word there is the literal translation for the Draconic word for humanoids. There is a dictionary out there.
You note in Draconic that you believe that the bard must be opposed and stopped, as Miriam's eyes seem to take on a somewhat, almost like a initially skeptical yet at the same time hopeful, which your inside expertise is able to pick up on. It appears then that you have seen light and the truth about these matters.
Ray will add on in Draconic, attempting to mimic the honorifics and tones and such, adding that the bard has gone crazy. He's trying to trap everyone. Like you said, I'm not going to let... and she'll, like... I'm sure there's probably some way of, like, stressing it, but Ray will specify that I will not allow that to happen to all the people.
Then you're...
like 5,000 people, something like that.
They kind of missed around a little bit and kind of just moved to a kind of a more almost like resting position, as opposed to kind of almost aggressive body language they had previously, as their head lays, as it were, as if their body was almost there, onto the steps here. What has suddenly changed your motive? My hoard is my valuable, but you've regarded it with such little concern. Is it purely then out of a self-preservation that you wish to stop that awful human? Ugh.
Was that being directed to one of us in particular?
Kind of both. While Wiz is typing, you're free to say something, Ray, if you had something that you had in mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to put it. Like, I guess Ray's like general, the sort of general construction of the argument she'll make, still in Draconic, will be that she was unaware that when taking the things, that it was from someone's hoard. But we require to keep the items so we can help take down the evil, malevolent bard. And we'd appreciate their cooperation in doing so, or at least have them not impede our progress.
The things you took were without my permission, but I see the value here. You then propose an alliance, for it seems that, motioning over to what you just said, Jojira, you too understand the horrors of being imprisoned against one's will. You say then that you require to keep the treasures for now. I strike an alliance only under one main condition. These items that you have still stolen are to be returned, rightfully, back, once Quill has been disposed of. They are not yours to keep, they are loans, they say with quite a bit of malice on that word.
Ray would agree to do that for her own personal items, but yeah, Ray doesn't really have that much attachment to golden items.
We'll see how the rest of your fledgling companions, the other two-leggers, how they believe in that same principle. But if you can find a consensus, I am willing to talk terms, as I believe this may be my only opportunity to protect that which is valuable most to me.
So just to clarify, are they only like willing to assist if everyone agrees to give things back?
Jojira is the one with the inside expertise, and you both, they do have telepathy. So they are able to relay over to you kind of the situation, as it were. And they will, you do see Jojira that, as adamant as they are, it seems there is a slight amount of wiggle room here with what you've noted too as a potential course of action there, Draconic, about potentially hiring rather than simply requiring it back. As much as it seems to make them wince internally in the body language of a dragon as the fin on their head kind of aggressively wavers back and forth, it does not appear to be a deal breaker. Bring the others and we can talk. I believe that may be most wise, so we must formulate a plan.
In regard to future plans, it was the thing up top that's all glowing. That was the Candlekeep's defense system, right?
You remember correctly.
And it was basically heavily implied that the Quill had converted it from that into his tool for this project of his.
Yes.
So in other words, finding a way to get to that and modify it or destroy it even might be a worthwhile course of action.
The dragon had previously attacked Candlekeep, right? That's what we've learned.
Long ago in the past.
Okay, but the defense system the core of the defense system would still be like the same. You would think.
I mean,
So
if nothing else, she might find a way to reach it more easily than we would. Like maybe even get to like the equivalent of its innards and try to affect it from the inside, so to speak. So that is like one possible thing, is if she did have a way to guide us to it, that might be one way to prevent or even perhaps just delay. That's still very useful, his Quill's plans.
Do you require time to be able to discuss this? I will not be going anywhere.
Sheesh.
Well, I think that's our answer.
I would let you return back so that you can bring that information back to the party.
Okay.
So we have to give up all of our stuff
I
after?
did convince Miram to consider hiring like the party. So in other words, to consider the gold and items gained from the books as payment for services to be rendered in the future. That is, opposing Quill, freeing her, so on and so forth.
Sure. And you think we can trust this dragon?
And I certainly would think so.
Do dragons usually keep their word?
Depends on the dragon, but she is a silver dragon. Or was,
That means
perhaps.
nothing to me.
Was a silver dragon. I mean, if like, from the sounds of what they said before, if Quill dies, she's freed. Is that the impression we got?
That's what she
Yes.
believes, yeah, that Quill's will is what's keeping her stuck there.
Wait, that was
Okay.
really funny. The music started on like right before you said the word "free" for me, and so it's just she'll be. The music kicks on free.
like a Christmas special.
But I mean, in terms of like the whole, in terms of the terms of hiring like the party, I think it'd be better to phrase it or term it as the party agrees to like stop, kill, oppose Quill, rather than specifically freeing her. I think that might be a bit more of an easier sell to the group who is
I mean,
perhaps
One-
more.
I was just gonna say, if indeed defeating Quill is what frees her, they're one and the same in that point, aren't they?
They are, but if it's not, then, well, you know, there are some reservations about an undead dragon.
I mean, that things can be done about that in restoring her to her proper state once Quill's will is not in the picture anymore. Perhaps we could even do it through Quill's will, honestly. Like if we learn enough about the enchantment.
Whoa.
I mean, I do have Arcana expertise. Theoretically, I could try to look into that if I was to convince her to let me get to her body and examine the magic there. But that's probably a bit of a hard sell.
Jamie asked a question inside of chat.
I mean, presumably the exact terms would need to be negotiated with her.
Well, okay, so this is my issue here. Let's say we do kill Quill, and we free the dragon. What happens after that? The dragon destroys Candlekeep, or what? Or, like, tells us all to leave, and we can't finish what we came here to do? Or would the dragon freely let us explore the book some more?
I imagine that'd be something we could discuss
With her.
with
But I do
them.
feel like if she does get restored to her original state, she is going to be like a lot less malicious in regards to things like this.
Okay. Sure. That's really my only term. I mean, these bandages I have are very, very cool, but I'd give it up if I could find a way to cure my mama.
Jamie is typing.
I mean, I don't think you need to give up like everything material. Like, I did manage to convince her that the things we taking could be considered as payment. So I mean, obviously, like it is in her best interest for us to be stronger, for example, because we need to be strong enough to oppose Quill, and magic items help us do that.
Yeah. Also, I think it's like it's unreasonable to expect help for nothing. Strength isn't free. I'm sure all dragons would understand that.
Yeah. And she has everything to gain from us helping her. Otherwise, she's just stuck there.
Yeah. So it's in their interest to negotiate as well. You'd have thought. But given that, like, again, if the assumption is Quill dies, they're set free, then if we're going to oppose Quill anyway because he's gone, mate, he's gone crazy, or already was crazy, then I don't see how it would hurt to get a potential ally or benefit as part of that.
Do you have any input, Diesel, or are you just rolling?
I think for the moment I'm rolling only because I feel like the actual machinations by which we go about this whole thing is irrelevant. We need to stop Quill, that's the important thing. At least that's all Diesel cares about. The words I just said probably would not have been what he just said, you know? But that's all Diesel really cares about is you need to stop him before we all get stuck there like Caro. So if that means we have to work with a dragon or whatever, I mean, whatever. I feel like it's better just to be done with it. Diesel doesn't like working with the dragon. I mean, after all, the only dragon he's known is Jojira, and that dude's a wizard, so you know.
Sorcerer.
I thought you were gonna
Same
say
thing in
that.
his mind.
But then, I mean,
Wizard,
and
Wizard
a
is a smart
stalwart
Diesel.
ally who's helped you through numerous scrapes.
What'd you say?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I said, yeah. I mean, a sorcerer, but a sorcerer who's been a stalwart ally who's helped you fight through multiple scrapes.
I think only in the sense that we are necessary to his goals. If we were not, I do not think Jojira would help us.
I see. But yeah, I'd have thought there'd be some like, the mutual warrior respect sort of deal.
Nah.
No, I see.
Eloquent. All right, then if there's some degree of not necessarily consensus, but whatever the next closest thing is, I'll just bring you back over here. You're not necessarily back here until you think you're ready to. If you think you're ready to say whatever you need to say, you can drag yourself in.
Oh, we're all gonna be here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite clear. We're willing to. I think it's clear. Like the agreement is what Rail give their items back. Jojira will. We're hiring, or the dragon can hire the party, allow them to keep their items, and use the books for the knowledge, and we'll defeat Quill. Seems like a straightforward enough negotiation.
Nameless Sin, since this does involve you, and I forgot to ask your input as well. My bad.
That's fine with me. What Ray just said.
Alright, you can drag yourself into the map then if you think your character's basically ready to talk anything they think they need to talk. Growl descends down, or actually poofs down. You don't need to walk. Walking is so like yesterday when you could teleport everywhere.
I Iron Man fist down.
Okay.
As we move through the library to get her, Ray like points out all the different turns just as they're sort of coming up, getting a probably a bit used to them at this point. Like, oh yeah, this is the sick left. Just hold your stomach, it'll be fine. You'll feel a bit upside downy on this right. Don't worry, just keep going. And then this one goes, whoa. That's the water turn.
The water.
I don't like the water.
Alright. As you all appear descending down in your various ways, Miriam appears once more from the ethereal, somewhat expectantly. They say not much of anything. They simply await the hero.
I suppose this is fucking my job. And I'm gonna tell her that basically the others just want a guarantee that they will be able to continue seeking knowledge in her books, and that they'll be able to continue doing that even after we defeat the bard. Like that was the consensus.
This is acceptable. It is a bit disconcerting to have those moving about within my treasures, but it is not entirely disagreeable.
Ray
Could you
will
imagine
quickly...
if one? Could you imagine if
add
you?
Yeah,
Yes, what would you like to add on?
go. Ray will add on that. The alternative would be if we all get trapped here, then there'll be 5,000 two legs walking around her books for eternity. This is the much better option.
By far. If under any other circumstance the answer would be a definitive no. But given the extraordinary measures by which all of our beings have been brought here today, I believe this is acceptable. And in exchange, I believe that it is less an exchange in this case, but a mutual goal. The destruction of this publishing plan.
Splendid. So, do you know anything that could help us with this endeavor? Do you know about the defense systems? Perhaps getting there, an easier way to traverse the books?
As you mentioned that, they actually seem to disappear for a second. It takes a few seconds, but what you then notice is not only does their head reappear and reconstitute itself, kind of like now wrapped around this book, the rest of Miriam's body begins to materialize.
Oh.
Oh.
They somewhat sit there as in a more relaxed position they had been this entire time. Every piece inside this library I know. And should this indeed be the case, and should my treasures be returned upon this completion, I can tell you everything that you would like to know.
Oh, I more meant useful information for helping us stop Quill. Like, do you know how we would get to the power source? Do you know anything about the power source or defense of Candlekeep?
I'm aware of how to approach that particular area. However, one particular consideration that may make this inadvisable is there may be already measures in place around it that would prevent one from interfering with it, or perhaps even alert with what may be going on. Should, for example, Quill materialize nearby upon attempting to just deconstruct the defense network, what would you do? Are you in a position to stop them, as you are now?
Out of character. Well, we're not level 20, so, you know, that meta-narrative,
I don't feel as strong as I could possibly potentially be. That's weird.
Oh, it would have been the trivial to get within like 60 feet of Quill at some point, right?
Yes, I mean, they were literally just... They're in the tavern. The instant you enter the tavern, you're within 60 feet of them.
Well, then I can know his highest level spell slot.
No.
I
Damn.
well,
think.
that was kind of obvious, that one, surely.
Hey, what if it
Sure.
was like a Serac where it was just like 10? We were like, oh fuck.
I mean, yeah, with that little bit of knowledge, I do think it is inadvisable to confront him as is. Even without the strange beholder powers, he could honestly probably win, given how fucking wealthy he is, and thus all of the wealth of magic items he will have on his side. He will have a ridiculous amount of allies inside here too, because he's beloved by the people. So the confrontation seems very inadvisable, which is true.
At the very least, however, I can note one thing. I am deeply ingrained within Candlekeep itself, and I'm aware of every small change within, even the way its power is diverged. Should the great publishing be on its way and about to occur, I can notify you well in advance. It will not be a surprise.
That's good news, good information.
Even now, it seems it is still merely within a warm-up. It is in an infancy, but even months or weeks is still concerning.
Mm-hmm. It's quite the mountain to climb.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned from spending time with all these pilots is you can get a lot done in a short amount of time.
As for, I believe that you're also attempting to seek further resources within the books that you have already traversed in. To which I can tell you more about the nature of which I've interfered. I make no apology about what I have done. Those roadblocks I've instituted will always be at the precise points that you've navigated to. I believe it is Chapter 4 of each.
I mean, is there a reason for that?
My
Specifically
strongest treasures lie embedded within the depths of each book as a safeguard against intrusion from those that would have seeked out, trying to grab what lies further within. Artifacts of great power lie at the end of each book.
Makes sense. The best stuff should be the hardest to get.
However, there remains an obstacle, for you see, I cannot remove them. The degree to which I can actually alter books is constrained to once per year. Having made the modifications, there is no further I can go.
I assume the maroon ship is similarly roadblocked, even though we haven't gotten that far.
Correct.
What is the nature of that roadblock? Because we actually don't know that one yet.
As you traverse further in and reach the conclusion of the chapter, the moon will explode.
Oh.
Oof.
What the fuck?
So, how do we get past these roadblocks? I don't know how to stop moons exploding.
As it stands, it is impossible. But there is another way. Each chapter may be constrained by a similar, consistent trigger. However, it is possible to go faster through the chapters in order to reach the end state of each book before the end of the book actually is intended to appear, thus allowing you to secure the treasure in a fast degree. And fortunately, for you fledglings, I have all knowledge of exactly how each book transpires and can tell you exactly how to do so.
Spoilers.
Which would you like to know first?
I'm gonna ask for using the information if, for example, in Canopic Being, it's the finding and giving of the Azumar crystals, and so getting around that gets around, the time constraint of chapter 1.
Correct. The instance that ends the first chapter is Valen receiving any Azumar crystal.
So we theoretically could spend all the time in the world inside chapter 1, finding all the crystals and then bring them to her, in theory.
Yes, this would indeed be possible, granting you a degree of time at which you had previously not been accessible to. Further, allow me to tell you how you can expedite your travels further. All you need to do is... All you need to do is...
Well,
The
that looks
mouth
familiar.
opens as they try to speak out words and nothing is coming out.
I knew we should have started with one of the books we didn't know a lot about.
It is as if there is something preventing me speaking. I do not understand.
Quill's influence, I assume. This
For
has
another
happened
book.
when we've tried to discuss certain things about Candlekeep and Quill to others.
The power extends even to here. Simply because they will me not to speak, I'm bound not to. It's frustrating.
Very. Okay, so then for Maroon Ship, I assume defeating the Kraken in Chapter 1 so that the ship doesn't get destroyed would greatly expedite things.
Correct, as it is ultimately leaving the island, which is the trigger for Chapter 1 to conclude. Should you never leave that island? I cannot say, but I do not believe the chapter would necessarily end. But a consideration is that simply moving far enough from it would be enough in order to trigger an end regardless. Fortunately, this is an easily testable hypothesis.
And Legion of Iron. I'm assuming we need to basically repeat with the actions of the heroes in the past. Go to hell, defeat the big bad devil. Assume I'm using better words than this, by the way. My brain isn't working.
They try to motion at all to verify or unconfirm what you said, but it seems that they are yet again failing, as anger wells within their expressions. Let me see if there is one more thing I can at least provide. I should consider what other information is necessary. As you watch as they breathe out a mist, not in your direction, but over here. An ethereal mist that kind of coils about and is more visible than anything you had ever seen before, suddenly materializing together, coalescing into what appears to be a glowing green chest made of the same ethereal form that Miram has.
Does that mean it's kind of made out of flesh? Or the flesh equivalent thereof?
It depends on whether or not you consider carbon to be flesh.
Okay. Okay.
It appears that this is not outside of my capacity. This realm exists between realities, and thus occasionally treasures of great import will flow in and out at various whims. These two belong to my horde, and as such, these are loans. But you may pick 3 of the 6.
Alright. I'm going to gently mage claw the chest open.
Alright. Your magic unlocks the top of the lid, and inside you see that there are indeed 6 different items made of the same sort of ethereal form.
Alright, let's examine them.
Here's what
Hopefully
you see
we-
there.
I'll quietly
Yes,
say to the party, do you think any of these will come in pink?
Right. The first item that you see and identify
Oh my god.
Oof.
Waves of bad.
also see. Hold on, give me a second.
Are these intended to not be attunement? I take it.
No, that one is not attunement.
Oh, okay, right, okay. Just checking.
This one is.
Shieldy.
Oh my god, the ring of muscle. I haven't seen that in so long.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It looks so
boy.
cool.
It's as beautiful as the day we lost it.
I know, right?
Aberration. Oh my god.
I'm assuming magical effect as in effects created by spells, and this does not apply to supernatural effects. Is that correct?
For which one?
It's like the ring of muscle.
Yes, that is exclusive to magic. I reiterate again that these are only on a loan and only 3 may be taken. The others will fade away back to the reality.
Aqua, I hate the changes to the ring of muscle. The aberration. Oh my god.
So
Come on,
That's
Yeah.
because it's a
Come
variant
on, man.
based on one of the one-shots from the other group. Where
Oh.
the Grind Slayer was a really muscular mind flayer who's all about games.
The
You
game.
get the power of the grind. Holy shit.
I love it.
Ugh.
Get that protein punch.
Protein punch.
Alright, what are we feeling?
I'm not done reading. One sec.
Read faster.
Sorry, I threw a novel at you.
Hmm.
In Candlekeep Mysteries? So say it ain't so.
Aqua, I did want to mention, since the topic never directly got brought up again, but I mentioned it the first time we saw Miriam, that I don't really have any ties. Like, Diesel has no ties to the gold that he has, so he doesn't mind just giving them all back to her if she wants to just keep it. So I'll just give her all his gold. He has no interest in it.
God damn it, but we negotiated payment the worst.
I don't
What
believe the
is-
payment
what
was
is gold worth?
negotiated. It was brought up as a possibility, but no, I don't think it was actually brought up. unless
Oh
you
wait,
want
I
to
thought
know.
that actually went through. I thought we actually did.
I thought that had gone through.
Yeah, I
basically.
thought that was a thing.
Okay. You can discuss terms with that if you'd like, as you have been offered some items. You can discuss that more after the items, though. It doesn't look like that is a deal breaker anyway, unless you suddenly you're pretty sure as long as you don't demand like their entire hoard or something. Stupid.
suppose the first thing we should ask is there any of these that someone particularly wants?
The ring of muscle.
Yeah, I mean, like the ring of muscle and the frozen grass both look cool as fuck, but you know.
Yeah, I feel like none of these are particularly shouting "pick me" to Ray, which is probably why they're not in pink. So, you know, you can consider me out of contention.
And I personally don't have any interest in any of these. We're missing Therion, Raiki, and Lazuli, right? I'm just thinking, would they want any of these?
Is Andrew ever coming back?
When will
Yeah, that's a
Lazuli
mystery.
return from war?
I would doubt it.
Well, let's see.
I feel like Raiki might want the Ring of Muscle, but beyond that, nothing, I don't think, is really their style.
I
You
feel
think
like
Raiki would want the ring of muscle? He's a dex
Is it
character.
He's a strength character.
Is he? Oh.
Yeah, he uses two-handed weapons with two-weapon fighting.
Oh.
Yeah,
Huh.
like look at his sheet, 19 strength, 7 dex.
Oh, I always thought he was a dex character.
I feel like it'd be funny to give
Surprising.
Raiki the ice shards thing. Just make him the full trying to not go crazy, slashing people and eating corpses character.
And the only one that seems worth taking me is Waves of Madness, just because it's not attunement. So that one we can use it whenever, pass it around, throw it around.
I think me and Nameless are basically the only people that use shields.
Like, I've got a shield.
Yeah, I
but
don't know if this
it's
shield
you.
is worth an attunement slot.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that.
Like, I'm already resistant to a bunch of things, so it doesn't really do much. That whip is kind of interesting, but it costs an attunement slot, so.
At this rate, we might just be grabbing the ring, the grasp, and the Waves of Madness.
What does the grasp do again?
It's a
Just grab
grappler's
people.
item.
That one's probably good for Diesel or Grell.
Yeah, you can.
Notably for the frozen grass, most of those effects. Well, hold on. Some of them are covered in a grappler, I think.
Yeah.
You get
maybe-
Yeah,
redemption.
some
Actually,
are
it's
already
just-
covered. It's just
Oh,
if
both of
can-
you already have
Jackal?
grappler, right?
Yeah, but it's just kind of
Oh.
like adding on that you can grab whoever you want now. You could give it to someone who doesn't have grappler as well.
Yeah, I mean, it adds more that grappler doesn't, but there is a little bit of overlap. Same with the ring of muscle, I
Yeah.
think.
Uh,
The ring of muscle is a new one.
Growl's teleporty hand wraps. They wouldn't be able to bring someone with, even if she bonus action carried someone, I assume.
No, they don't seem to teleport anybody except for Growl himself.
Lame.
Yeah, lame.
Wow.
Damn monks.
What
Selfish.
if
Got him.
I froze someone and teleported and then grabbed them? That's kind of like pretty insane.
I mean, you can do that without the teleportation, but
What is this shard side effect? You feel compelled to eat a corpse?
are you not hungry?
Sometimes you feel compelled to eat a
No.
corpse.
Yeah, I don't love. I mean,
You
I
can
kinda
use a
love the
reaction
ring of
to
muscle, but
create.
I don't know how useful it is.
Oh wait, Shards of Ysera doesn't have a You can just keep using it. There's no fuck. My brain's not working. There's no limit to the number of times you can use it, right?
Correct. Though, just important to note for Sentinel is there is in Sentinel it is mentioned that if you use an item as a reaction, you can't use it multiple times.
In the same
Okay.
turn.
You can.
I mean, Growl is not gonna say this out loud, but she is definitely thinking, "Wow, this dragon keeps a lot of junk."
Yeah, those are all the items that the other group got from their one-shots.
Oh,
Not all of them.
Shards of Ysura is kind of interesting in that regard. Let me look
Yeah,
at
wait, this is
stuff.
bullshit. We did a one shot. We didn't get an item. 'Cause we never finished it. We're like 10 minutes away from finishing it. Damn.
True, actually true.
I
Palisade
never
Hall
finished
item
it.
at
I was waiting until you finished it.
Oh my! It's but scheduling is impossible.
Well,
Yeah,
you have
we
2
will.
weeks to figure it out. I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks.
True.
Figure it out.
Saturdays is hard. That's why.
I don't like having to give up my +1 to saving throws for this. I
For
like my
what?
+1. I would have to give up like my ring of protection or something if I want another item. I haven't seen anything yet that is quite worth that.
I mean, yeah.
Can I ask the dragon if they have any iron stones they'd be willing to lend me?
Jesus.
Can we just have some gold instead, Mr. and Mrs. Dragon?
No.
Or perhaps like
Realizing-
in because if we don't really like need all of these items, maybe you could maybe you should give up an iron stone like in lieu of one. One in either pink, white, or black, maybe.
I just feel like, okay, if we take the ring of muscle, I feel like we have to combine it with the whip because that's just funny, right?
Why do you think my name is
Let's
over?
see.
So
They don't-
ring of muscle, you can substitute all your saving throws against magical effects for strength, and then the whip
Sure.
saps magic from creatures.
Sap strength.
Saps strength from creatures.
Yeah, did you get enough Snickers?
I mean, both of the really high strength characters are pretty already set in terms of their weapons, I think.
I don't have a weapon. I have a spear.
Why don't you take something?
I don't attack. That's the problem. Like, but it's just a funny combo. I could start attacking.
Why
Start
don't we give
sapping
it
strength.
to Ollie?
Yeah.
Mounts can't use items.
Damn it!
Unfortunately.
Your aspect did improve, and I did forget to actually note what it is. Give me a second while you're deciding, and I'll go ahead and type that up a bit.
Whose aspect? The aspect
Hey,
of
do
good.
the rest of us get an
Correct.
aspect?
Yeah, where's my aspect of fuck mages? Come on.
Where's my aspect of cat?
Oh,
Meow.
Aspect.
Plus
Before
5
I-
to cuddle saving throws.
before I forget, I do want to ask Miram for permission to touch her with my Dragon Storm.
Oh my god.
Phrasing.
I know, I couldn't think of a better one.
Give me just a second. So, go ahead. In order, we'll handle this. So, you can continue talking about that. I'm updating the aspect of good right now because I forgot to do it earlier. Let me do that right now. Typity type.
Remember, kids, it's only a good deed if you report it to heaven, so you get credits for it.
I mean, that sounds more like a law thing than a good thing. I suppose Mount Celestia is lawful good, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is.
Okay. Just a moment.
A moment.
It has been a moment.
Moments pass.
Are you the moment measuring police? Are you the moments measuring committee? The MMO police?
Yes.
Here is how your aspect has improved. It is now from 5 extra to 10 extra. Half of the healing bounces off to another creature within 30 feet of you.
Does that happen with a multi-target healing spell? Yeah.
First time, still not. It is intended to be similar to the other one. It's just the first time you heals.
Okay.
You have greater restoration.
Nice.
It's hard to say that. Holly shares your saving throws.
I think it should say if Hollies are not already higher.
Yeah, if Hollies are not already higher. Look who also got enough sleep.
Ooh, one question actually I always wondered. Given that like Holly is like upgraded based on the aspect of good, do the healing spells that Holly cast benefit from this or no?
You have been feeling that is
More good
kind
deeds,
of
got it.
yeah, the good deeds thing is the sharing your saving throws is kind of what that's intended to represent. Because that is like, you know, that is Holly's improvement this time.
I see. Oh yeah, because I'm with that.
I mean, them being sharing your saving throws is actually really big. That's
No, it's like
huge.
that the saving throws were kind of dog
And now they're Holly.
or elephants, whichever. No, now they're right.
They're kind of elephant, or you might even say they were irrelevant.
No.
Wow.
No, I wouldn't.
FF.
I still leave.
Oh, now I have formless change. Shit.
So, are we gonna take anything, or shall we just say, nah, we're good?
I mean, I definitely think we.
I think we should take something. It wouldn't hurt to. I really don't know what.
I mean, I think the 3 that you mentioned earlier, the Waves of Madness, Ring of Muscle, and the Gauntlet. That's fine. Either the Gauntlet or
gauntlet?
either that or the called the Ice.
That Shards of Ysura.
Shards of Ysura, yeah.
Pretty useful.
Yeah, so I feel like Ring of Muscle, Waves of Madness, and either the Shards of Ysura or Grasp. I feel like.
All right, I'll remove the Affliction Whip from contention and the Shield of Grab from contention. The Waves of Madness are picked up as you pick up the book. You can tell that it's literally just made out of water, which is quite interesting.
You can drink it.
So after picking up the Waves of Madness, you also then pick up the Ring of Muscle.
A random question. So, with this whip, since you can go down to minimum 1 strength. If a shadow then uses their like sap strength or whatever that ability is called on that person, do they just die if they fail?
Only because in order would be the shadows would apply and then the Affliction Whip would apply. So it would still only bring them down to a minimum of 1.
Oh, how do you determine which one applies first?
I think it's kind of I think it is just due to DM abdication. I'd probably abdicate that. It would be weird if the ordering of that mattered so importantly. It just makes more sense that the shadow would apply and then the Affliction Whip steals it.
Okay, so you'd have to actually use the shadow's ability multiple times.
Yeah.
Like basically the whip doesn't help with that.
Correct.
Okay.
It's not intended for that anyway, really. Probably for the best. Probably for the best. Ironically, or maybe coincidentally, both of the ice-based items remain in contention as both the Frozen Grasp and Shards of Ysura stare from the chest.
I'm leaning towards the shards.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're both equally useful, so I don't really have too big an opinion on them.
If it might be easier then if it seems like it's quotes to each person type into chat which is preferential. If you have no preference, then type none or either. And I will go from there.
What was it between?
The shards of Ysera and the
Ysera
frozen grass.
frozen grass.
Oh, okay. We'll check.
We got a shard, we got a no preference, ion stone, which counts as no preference.
Gojira's not speaking in common to the DM. The next.
Oh. First, I thought I was in OOC.
I'm
Oh, Grau,
having
did you-
trouble
did you-
figuring out what chat I'm typing in. It's like really weird.
Yeah. Did you pick one, Grau? In terms of
Oh,
preference?
I'm just thinking.
Okay. Think faster. No, I'm kidding. Take this one.
Because I.
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna use
Don't rush.
either, so it's just really what everyone else. So I guess no opinion.
If there's
Yeah,
no
I'm-
opinion, it seems that the shard's preference wins out. Wait, hold on. Jamie, though. Jamie's got something. Jamie is typing, as it says. I do like the little bouncing chat animation. It's really satisfying to look at. Okay.
Grappling just seems like it's a little bit more niche. Shards is more universally useful, which is why I think we should pick that one, even if no one's gonna use it immediately.
That's a weird argument given we have 2 grapplers, but yeah.
Yeah, but you guys said you don't want it, so
I mean,
you're not gonna use it.
neither of us said we wouldn't use it. Neither of us are the kind of people that be like, yes, we must have all the magic items. We're just not. I'm sure one of us would use it. We just don't really.
Yeah.
We're not
kinda
like
Well, okay.
clawing at
adds
the
to it.
seams for it, you know.
It's like, yeah, but I feel like if you feel like the other thing is more useful, then
Yeah, if you're not gonna use the shards of
grass.
Ysera, then why would we take the shards of Ysera?
Because later down the line, someone might decide that, okay, maybe I want my reaction to decrease the damage I take.
It also does have a pretty good niche in terms of cold immunity. Just being able to throw that on before we go up to like an ice boss if we know we're going up against one.
It did start snowing in Candlekeep.
oh god.
Wait,
You know
I
what?
closed the.
I'm betting
grass
shards.
before doing
Easy. Get shards.
Alright. Seems like shards wins by technically overwhelming democracy.
Okay.
Stupid democracy.
We love democracy in this household. As the shards of Ysera are taken out as well, all the other 3 items that we're not taking fade away back into an ethereal breeze, disappearing. And thus they leave reality yet again. This is a
Right.
liminal space.
Hmm.
I think since I can get this over pretty quickly compared to further negotiating, I would like to ask permission to conjure my dragon storm over Miram.
This is how Jujira flirts.
Miram looks down as you make the question, evaluates. Make a persuasion check.
I'm just going to change this real quick.
Pretty good.
Plus 10, damn.
I have expertise on persuasion when it's specifically to a dragon.
Very
Let's see.
specific.
Sure. I don't think I have expertise in anything. Although that's fitting.
Give me a moment, I'm just checking something. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Despite that, Raiki actually has better persuasion than me.
That's funny.
It's because he's got the samurai feature where he can add his wisdom mod to persuasion rolls, and he already has expertise in persuasion naturally.
Hey,
Is-
Aqua, I have a question about the ring of muscle.
Yes.
How does that pair with the grappler suplex? Can you like jump in the air and then punch him to the ground and like double up on the effect, or no?
Yes.
That's Pog, actually. Holy shit.
I'm presuming that Jojiro has explained the purpose of the Dragon Storm, Ahmad, just so we're hand waving that.
I mean, at first I assumed she knew, but if she questions me, I will explain the purpose. Because I assumed she was reading the books after we went into them. But if that turns out not to be the case, yeah, I will explain.
As you begin your explanation, I understand already.
Oh, what the fuck? It's fucked up.
Dragon moment, I think, actually.
Very well.
Alright. I will fire up the Dragon Storm.
Jojiro's draconic energy surge out as lightning coalesces all about yet again. Familiar as always, the Dragon Storm appears. And as it energizes around Miram, you do see yet again the draconic features on Jojiro beginning to manifest. Little by little, more and more intensely. Wasn't expecting to adjust the aspect yet, so I need a moment to figure out exactly what that would look like. Give me a moment.
Can I say what I assumed it was gonna be?
Sure.
I assumed I was gonna get Frightful Presence.
Maybe if you pass a saving throw.
Damn.
Unlucky. Give me a bit of time because there's like a lot of different options, so I need some time to think.
Yeah, my shopping list is, for my aspect, is kinda big.
This is to go even further beyond. But you do feel empowered in the same way that Ray did, so you know that it succeeded. And as it does in fact work, you do feel those similar pangs again around your chest area that leaves you breathless for a few short moments, visible to the others before it passes away yet again. It was a bit more intense this time than the last time it happened though.
Yeah. I thought that might happen. Sorry, I assumed that was going to be faster than that, guys. I didn't mean to take up further time from negotiating over the items and gold.
Speaking of, that is what also on the itinerary, isn't it? That was the uncomfortable question of the treasures. Gold weighs down heavily.
Are we actually discussing this now, or are we?
Yes, I presumed it was next up.
Okay, I mean, like I said, Diesel has no cares about possession, really. At the end of the day, when he leaves here, he didn't come here for money or anything. He just wanted knowledge, so he's got no problems giving his gold up.
Yeah, well, mainly wanted knowledge as well.
Well, before you guys give those opinions, can I just quickly do a little bit of bargaining? So it seems like maybe that giving up the gold is might be a bit harder. So since I'd like to offer a deal of, since Ray has already said before that they'd be willing to give up like the gold and such.
I had already also said I plan on returning the items.
Yeah. So to help Ray complete the mission successfully, and perhaps as a show of like good faith, would they perhaps have any iron stones that they'd be able to lend Ray to help her complete the mission and get rid of Quill?
as you asked them this. I do not keep any treasures here next to this realm between realms. However, within Tashluta, the town that you found inside of Candlekeep, there exists a merchant who does have one and is willing to sell it. You have met them before.
What's
You
their
do
name?
not remember
that
them
sussy
having.
guy.
You do not
Was it the
remember them
magic-
having ion stones before, though.
But
This
it
is
was the person who was
sexy,
selling
this
magic
is-
items.
Yeah.
I mean, we have seen magic items get replaced with different magic items before with Brax's weapon.
It's true.
Miriam seems to already pick up on what you just picked up as they then specify. Where you see every time you have taken one of my items out of the book, it has fundamentally altered the narrative within.
That makes sense.
But they calm themselves down.
I wonder if in the
similar way.
long term that's unideal.
In a similar vein, depositing magic items within also adjusts the story.
What if eventually they just start hitting us with a bag of kittens? That's ideal.
I feel at that point it might start damaging the narrative, and stories run on narrative, so
Let's fuck it up.
I feel like at that point it might destabilize if it gets too nonsensical.
Be careful how you alter the narrative with magic items.
Alright.
Well,
What was that? Ray's big bargaining tool was asking for stuff.
yeah. Because she assumed no one else was gonna like outside of like perhaps Jajir who already said they were going to like give us stuff back. She sort of assumed that no one else was actually going to like give the things back. So she thought, oh, you know, maybe if we given that she said she'll give the things back, you know, maybe there'll be some more loot in it for Ray. But alas,
Okay.
She just wanted
Well-
to do it while she looked better in comparison to everyone else.
I see.
exactly. There we go. There we go.
With
I mean,
the
it's
grand
true.
bargaining done, Diesel will mention that to Miriam that, yeah, I mean, you can have your gold back and we just leave it here.
They with kind of like a puff of air that appears to be a sign of accepting this. It is
Yeah,
not
okay,
the
I mean-
worst to see these treasures used, at least in the knowledge that they are returned.
Yeah, so I'll just drop all my gold off. However, I will note that I'm going to keep 2,000 of it because that was the money won after Cairo's untimely demise in the gambling in his honor. So
That didn't
That is-
come from the books. That's your own.
that, and also it has a special place, you know.
They
It's
seem to
sentimental
recognize that's not from the books too. I do not need that.
When the dragon want to expand their horde.
Do you want to ask that?
No,
I mean,
just saying.
The eerie ethereal sounds of dust moving about in the air. The place is not entirely quiet, but little ghostly wisps emanate little echoes occasionally.
it is a little weird to be doing all the negotiating without everyone here.
If they have conflict with any of them, then we can retroactively have that discussion as necessary.
Too bad, so sad.
And I would assume Raiki would be okay with returning the items after, but I don't know about the others.
Right, it sounds
like,
like
we
it
can-
would, yeah.
But we can probably just go with the general. We can take items and like as long as they're given back afterwards.
Yeah. would they agree to that as like a baseline to apply to everyone, and then if there's any further disagreements, that can be retroactively done?
That seems reasonable.
Cool.
Okay, time to
Well,
move on.
I mean, I'm still refreshing my aspect.
I'm going to handle that later.
Okay.
it's like in Oblivion. You've got to rest, meditate on what you've learned, sleep in a bedroll.
I mean, speaking
you
of
come back
which, I believe that there was supposed to be a mandated longer rest happening to this session.
You know, it's been an hour and 27 minutes so far, which I think means it's fine. I think it's fine. Oh, that being said, please adjust your maximum fatigue to 3. Because that is happening retroactively. Thank you.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
Maximum fatigue?
Yeah, maximum.
Oh, okay.
Maximum.
Not current maximum. Because it used to go from 1 to 6. Now it's 2 to 4. Thank you.
I mean, that caps me out on fatigue.
Well,
Yeah,
Skill issue.
same.
and Tierney sleep.
I think it is anyway.
The immediate response being skill issue. There's no
Yeah.
hesitation on that.
It is. I have 1 fatigue. That's certainly just a skill issue, actually.
Yeah, I have one as well.
Look, some of us
Marshall
cast
moment, let's
spells,
go!
okay?
I mean, it just feels like a bad idea to go into the book on full fatigue. And I don't even have all of my hit dice either. I've already used some.
Okay, even without all of your hit dice, you're still tankier than everyone except me. You're fine. You know? I think if for what we're doing in Tashluda, I don't actually think we'll need all of our resources,
mean,
will we?
I will be using up my high level spell slots just getting us there.
I didn't know that you use spell slots. I have no idea your character works, so I thought that was just a feature you had.
I mean, this is a spell I'm using.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I still think it'd be fine given the nature of why we're going there. And worst case scenario, if shit hits the fan, we teleport and hand her an Asmar crystal and then leave. You know what I mean? We know the trigger for leaving the book. So if something goes wrong, we have access to it on a teleport. We just teleport to a conversion Asmar crystal, the chapter ends instantly. Right?
I could probably get to her within like 2 rounds if like an extreme emergency.
Yeah, I feel like since we know the exact condition for which chapter 1 ends, I feel like it's perfectly fine.
Right, then.
I just think we've been talking so much about how little time we have, and then immediately taking the longer rest.
I mean, Miram did just tell us that we still got like probably months, and she would know if things were happening and be able to alert us.
Which they will add on if there is a discrepancy that appears to be significant. I will need a manner with which to contact you, but my main form cannot leave this space.
We have a radio. You want us to add you to the group chat?
This space exists far outside of the library itself, unless your telepathy is able to reach across such a vast distance. I do not believe that will suffice.
What's the current range? Like 173 miles? Not enough to go across plains, though, I don't think.
Meet that roaming charge. Roaming network.
My goodness.
Like, the sending stone wouldn't even work, though, would it? Because you can't manipulate the material?
I'm unable to make access to magic items in this form.
What if you bonded with someone? Would that work?
I mean, what do you suggest we do?
Allow me to think. One option is simply checking in each day. I doubt that any similar change is going to be so instantaneous as to require an immediate notice.
Seems reasonable.
Is there an easier way to get here?
I have limited influence to affect the physical reality. Thus, I cannot make it any simpler by adjusting the library itself. My presence here is almost entirely defensive at the will of Quill.
And I'm guessing a string cup won't work.
A what?
A string cup.
Another option is simply leaving someone or something here, by which it can run out and alert the rest of you as necessary.
Oh yeah, we have a friend called Lazuli.
Wow, you just fridged them, as it's called.
What?
Hey, all I'm hearing is I don't hear him defending himself.
That's true. Alright, we just leave Lazuli here.
Thanks,
Fine.
Lazuli. What a great help.
What a great pal, what a friend.
What about a scooter widget?
About the same, maybe a familiar.
Can they navigate the library safely to get out?
Can
I
she
mean, they
not
could
go
be
up
taught.
to the entrance?
It is, you think,
Can you
if...
not go to the entrance?
If the scooter widgets are maybe a little bit on the dumber side, it's definitely feasible, but it is a little toss-up unless one of them was somehow a little bit smarter.
Okay. Is the path that we take to the book the same every time, or no?
Correct. It is the same, like, in order to get here.
Can you not, like, program that into them? Just walk this exact step?
You can teach them, yeah, it'll take a little bit, but you can do it. Probably.
Okay, well, I mean, like, on our next extended rest, maybe that's what we try and do, is just teach a scooter widget the path.
I will note that the way to prevent getting lost is int saves, which I'm pretty sure they're really bad at.
Oh, I mean, I just figured you can program a set of instructions that just says, take these exact steps. And then they'd be like them having a rope constantly.
I mean, it's not like you can code directly into them, you know?
I mean, I don't know. Magic.
Hey, I'll visit them every day. I've got a Holly. They can fly at like 120 feet or 240 feet per round. They can probably we can probably speed run it each day.
Wait, hold on, Jamie is typing. This part of the library seems to be... Oh, you're asking about the tuning fork thing. This realm, like most of the library, exists in the Deep Ethereal. The Deep Ethereal tuning fork would be an artifact of great import, as it would allow one to reliably transport themselves into any demiplane in existence. I would be surprised if a tuning fork of such power has existed. I have no knowledge of it within these books, which says a significant amount about the rarity of one. You look for the cloth, and from what you could tell, like, the cloth is only on your person when you're in the Candlekeep. It is otherwise not actually out here with you. Unless you were just pinging it, you know, or you were just noting that, in which case, ignore me.
But yeah, I mean, I guess yeah. Unless there's any advance on Ray being the check-in once a day with the dragon. Canopic being questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get shit done.
What are we doing with these magic items for the time being? We
Okay. Well, yeah. Who's taking one?
I mean, as before, I am interested in the ring of muscle.
Yeah. Go for it, my brother.
All right. There's no contest on that. I'll rename the Ring of Muscle to be under your.
I mean, if you want it, bro, we can roll for it. That's up to you.
I mean,
No.
Raiki might also like to roll for it.
I'm sure your strengths are higher now.
Yeah, I'm not
For
sure.
now.
Frank, you don't know what to do. But
For now, I think we can assume that it is with you, Diesel, and then if Raiki is interested, then we can discuss it after. But I can place it on you for now.
okay, that works for me. But just double checking you so that you'd like, if you want to, we can roll for it if you want. Like it's
No.
Don't feel-
I'm fine.
okay.
You could let the
Yeah.
dice decide anyway, Diesel. You can forcibly be like, we're rolling. Because it sounds like Growl wants it, but is too kind to say, and you can't allow that kindness to pass.
I'm unbothered, but we can roll for it if you really want. And I'm just.
That's a confirmed roll for it. Roll for it. Roll. Damn British people.
Oh, all right.
Oh, what?
Oh, I think-
Okay, I told you you could have it.
Sorry for making a fuss.
Hey, this is just the way this thing the universe has decided. Okay.
I'm just imagining that discussion, like, do you want this? No, not really. It sounds like you kind of want it. No, really, I don't really want it. No, it sounds like you want it. We're rolling for this. Roll for it. Okay, never mind. I'm keeping it. Diesel, you now have 4 attunement items. Which one would you like to unattune?
I mean, given this basically does the same thing as the ring of jumping, I would just swap the ring of jumping.
Alright, the ring of jumping now exits off of your person, and you swap out the rings. It does kind of feel like an upgrade, doesn't it?
Yeah. Gives you similar jumpiness and no fall damage, but also like 6 other cool things.
Alright, it fits nicely on your finger there. How stylish.
So out of curiosity, what made you swap the 10 punches with that effect that it has now?
It didn't fit the Grind Slayer as much.
Oh, okay.
That really is it. It's like there's a power budget, and then after placing what the Grind Slayer already had, this is what it had. Because that's what one of its abilities basically was. Also, it's still really funny, which is nice. I appreciate a good joke. Jay has an alive watersman. With that, the Shards of Ysera, I believe, also need a new confirmed owner for now.
I'm gonna, add a character, put the text of the former Ring of Muscle that we had in Tomb of Annihilation, because it was otherwise the same item, but this was its special effect.
It wasn't the exact same. It was changed deck saves into strength saves as opposed to all magic
Oh,
saves.
yeah, true. Dex save and strength saves, you're right. But the other 5 bolts are the same.
Shards of Ysera requires a new owner as well.
Is it crystal in there?
No, I don't want it.
Otherwise, it could just stay there without somebody for the meantime.
Sure.
Honestly, Raiki's kind of lacking in a. Might be good to tune in today. Actually, I might be interested in it.
Put it on him.
It would be really funny for him just to have multiple items that are, or have an item that just like works with his affliction really funny. He makes more wisdom saves.
I'm hungry now. Alright, we'll table that for now. You can bring it up with Reiki later. And then finally, the Waves of Madness. Although not in 2 minutes, probably one person should have it on the person by default.
What is that? It just does damage? I forgot what it does. Where is
On a
it?
failure, it takes psychic damage, and they're affected by a random spell that can cause a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, sure, I'll take that. I always have actions available.
Yes.
God damn it, Aqua. Why is this ring of muscle a weapon?
Look, they made it really annoying in Foundry to change these items from weapons. And
Yeah,
also
it's just
easier to drag
if you drag an item from the item list into your inventory, it just can only go in the category for which it is. Like it's like I can't change it from a weapon to a piece of equipment.
Really? I didn't know that. Hold on. Let me see if there's any way I can actually. Can I really not change it from a weapon once it's been? No, that'd be dumb. That'd be. Oh no, I can change it too. No, I can't. It's a weapon type.
Yeah, I can change the weapon type. It's very funky, but
It's dumb.
I'll just
maybe
copy
I'll
the
look
text.
I'll look at later for a way to make that a little bit more.
No, yeah. For now, I'll just copy the text into an item.
Will we be resting after this?
Where
Or
what?
not? Will we long resting after this? Or will we just go straight to the book?
And Diesel's trying to convince us not to.
Do we? Because if we're long resting, then it's a week, and I didn't think we were trying to do that.
Okay.
I thought we were trying to go with some level of, vamos.
Urgency.
Sure. Just to check, Aqua, if I cast Temple of the Gods outside the books, then we go into the books, then we go out of the books, but only one. Oh wait, no, because we might be longer than one day in the book. Okay, it doesn't matter.
I understand your question. Yes, the time inside the book would account for the time that the temple is existing outside. Thus, it would likely expire. Almost certainly expire by the time you exited.
Well, the question actually was going to be about the time delay, because time in the book is not the same as time outside. Like if we spent because we've been in the books for a couple of days and it's been weeks on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
That was the question of is it days that we experience, or is it days native to where the area is?
Native to the area it's in.
I see.
Took me a second to understand the question.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm down to go, and I've already long rests, I think. Or I seem to have a lot of spell slots, so.
Alright.
But I am at max fatigue as well. Tired fairy.
I do find it funny that the fatigue literally just hit you like a truck at once as that change influenced the world. Like you were like, oh, I'm fine. Why do I feel so tired all of a sudden?
Alright, we're gonna head out then?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go. Bye, dragon.
Without too much of a goodbye, although not quite as rude as he previously had been, Miram does disappear yet again into thin air, basically.
Who are these guys? Oh,
What
They're
are you
dead.
talking about?
that's weird.
Mhm.
I thought Oh, I thought there was another group using the library there. I must be seeing things. Guys, I'm really tired. I feel really fatigued right now. I've been casting a lot of spells. The pilots have been needing a lot of healing, you know.
You even thought you saw Lazuli there for a second, but they was like, no, that's impossible.
Who's Lazuli? I don't know them.
They got fired. Get it? Because
Oh, so true.
Mega Invigonate.
You missed one to delete.
That's perfectly.
No,
fine.
Reiki's there. They're just not saying anything.
He's a mannequin. No.
Hello, Reiki. Hello. Fly around, hello. Are you not talking to us? Hello.
Don't
It's
I will
because Diesel
carry
swung
mannequin
you in.
Reiki. Yeah, I'm just gonna carry mannequin Reiki around.
Is the image for Nameless broken for anyone else?
No.
It's
No.
really big.
It's given me the like broken internet image instead of Nameless for them.
Really?
Shit.
Here,
Interesting.
let me see.
You're on their
That-
shit list.
that's fascinating.
How about now? Yes, no?
I'm just screenshotting to put in the campaign chat.
So that's what happens when Nameless finally emerges into the shadows.
Holy shit.
Where is it?
Discord
Oh, that's
campaign
weird.
chat.
Okay,
I
but did
can't-
that fix it though?
No.
Okay, well, I'm actually a shadow now. I've evolved.
A square
Holy shit.
shadow.
Yeah.
Alright. Canopic being time.
Yep.
You go ahead and open up the book yet again. And before even turning over to the later pages, you feel yourself drawn once more to chapter 1 of the Canopic Beam. Thus, entering in without venturing out too much further, you begin to get that familiar sensation. Dragged in a large amount of sand, almost making like a sandstorm, making your way through until eventually light appears yet again. What would you like to? You see, you're about to enter, right? And then Ray's like, "Wait a second, hold on, I gotta go buy something." So you're all getting dragged partially into the book and have to resist the entire time until they return.
Nah, there's easily a window when like
I know. I just think it's
after Ray, Quill gave his evil madman speech, you know. Cool. I will do that. I don't know what I'm buying, but I have lots of gold. I probably should buy something.
I still like the idea that it's kind of like, you know, if somebody forgets something and you're about to drive off in your car somewhere. As you find yourself once again on the road again.
On the road again.
Your familiar Western Egyptian inspired outfits have returned to your being as sand glitters all around, and you see there, not too far in the distance, attempting to hide behind rocks, a pack of angry, ferocious hyenas.
Right.
As I do every time I re-enter this book, I straighten my sheriff's star. I'm going to walk straight up to this plant right here. I'm going to tell everyone they have 6 seconds to follow me after I cast this.
Have we gotten any gold since the dragon shark?
We
I think-
definitely have.
We have.
That was a really awkward number. I would like to be on Holly and fly 100 feet into the air.
Yeah, we definitely got something somewhere, but I don't remember what or where.
Oh fuck! I forgot to update.
Up in the air on a holly, you look out into the distance, right? and you see dunes and sand in every direction. Even from that height, you're able to see that sandstorm in that familiar location.
Get back down here.
No, nope. I'm smaller than you. I've been bitten by these things before. This is your job, not mine.
I thought we were just
Alright.
teleporting. We're not even fighting these things.
Oh, okay. You know, then I don't. Yeah, sorry, I forgot the time. Okay, I fly up, then nip down without arguing.
What the hell? Did you become a corpse flower?
Alright, I've updated it with question marks.
You see the plant become a portal.
And I walk into
Oh,
it.
you have the druid spell. That's cool.
Okay.
Let's go.
Is there a particular plant in Tashaluta you are appearing from?
One of the plants inside the hideout.
Okay.
There's this one orchid we really like. It's got like such sublime colors in contrast to the other flowers around it.
Wait, so why can't this tactic be used to get to the junkyard?
Because
That's
there's no
not
living
fun.
plants in the wreckage point.
Oh, there's not? Okay. I thought there were like at least little tiny bushes or something.
They are all dead. I combed that map.
Both.
You all enter in as you kind of see from the rocks ferocious hyenas. It's good you ran away from them. They're so strong. Appearing outside from the hideout with its vast greenery, it continues to appear that there has not been anybody that has entered this part for a very long time. It's mostly cool, pretty much always quiet here. Outside of the sounds of the flowing water, that is.
So now we need to figure out exactly how we're doing golem things now, I guess. Especially because this time we don't have Alan's glamour, so it's going to be harder to move around.
Wait, it's a new day, right?
Apparently.
I don't know.
Depends what you mean by a new day. A new day relative to what?
To Sin versus Nameless. Is it? Because we rested.
Oh, no, this was on the, we rolled for it on the, this is all happening on the same day you exited. So honestly, a lot of stuff has happened on this day. Yeah, we rolled for it. It was, this was on the same day you all discussed what you were planning, and which is the same day you talked to Miro, which is the same day you entered the book.
Okay.
I mean, you can roll again if you want, though. It's your soul randomness.
I don't remember. It's fine.
Will we be able to use Elocution as a puppet if they leave? Because I feel like with their ability
Alright,
to
hold on.
disguise themselves.
Alright, Jamie. Hope, I will see you again in 3 weeks, pal, buddy, friend, amigo, amiga. Anybody got some other terms I can use? I'm running out.
I just think
Bandejo.
Elocution's ability to disguise themselves means that they might be the only one who could actually go looking around for the golem.
Which is a shame,
I
because
could-
elocution appears to have disappeared.
Oh no, bestie.
And Jamie is typing.
Did anyone
Friendo.
say after it's a shame because Elocution has disappeared?
Intentionally delaying today. You got me. I knew this would happen, elocution.
Is this the part where I say we should roll for Sin versus Nameless?
You can if you want. This is the same day though.
It's
You already rolled. If you want to say you just face in, it's fine.
Well, Sin can't stealth around and look for the golem, guys.
Nope. I guess I gotta go do things.
Oh yeah, you're the supposed sheriff. Go do your job or something.
I'm not quite sure I want to test those waters quite yet.
Adios, elocution.
Goodbye.
Entered without a word, exited without a word.
I'm gonna go shake down this magic item seller. He's got my iron stones.
I'm going to... Because I still happen to have this prepared, because I haven't been able to change my spells around again.
Is that a small crab or a big crab?
Medium.
Ah.
I'm going to
Ray, you
cast
said you're-
Pass Up.
Ray, you said you're going to go and shake down this shopkeeper. Are you doing that without any kind of disguise whatsoever? You're just walking into town? You can answer
I've got
yes,
a-
it's fine.
I've got a hood on my cloak.
Alright.
There's not a wanted picture for Holly, is there?
Fantastic question. You have not seen a wanted poster since, so you don't know.
Cool. Well, I'm zooming. See y'all. I'll be so look. Holly can move 240 feet in 6 seconds. Like they won't even see. It's just you'll go. If anyone even does recognize, oh, is that criminal? They'll blink and go, oh, I must have been imagining it.
All right. Let's see. Do we do this perhaps in order then? I'm trying to think. Well, at the very least, I'll bring you to Tashalura map as can specify the things that they're attempting.
Oh, whoops, that was meant to be in character. I think it's because it was mid-map transfer.
Ah, shoot. You're... hold on. Is it too late for me to... I gotta make the token. I gotta make the token, Wiz. Hold on. This is too good an opportunity to pass up. Hold on, let me actually,
I mean, I think most of us are still at 98%.
yeah, okay, while you're loading in, I sent you a message, Wiz.
How come Wiz gets messages, huh? Sus.
What?
I'm just comparing real quick.
I like how Sin's familiar is still on this map, but no one else is.
Not all of us are privileged enough to see the map.
Have you considered
Privileged
getting more
enough.
privilege?
Check your
True.
privileges.
Map looks like it's on fire from my perspective.
Are you looking in hell?
Hmm.
Okay, so I will screenshot.
Yeah, it looks fine to me. I don't know.
It's concerning.
Interesting.
That's,
Oh no, God, you are in hell, dear Lord.
Oh my god, yeah, what on earth is going on there?
What in Tash Lula?
One Tash Luda is going on here. Maybe just try refreshing it, because that's just not how it looks on my side, so I don't know what to tell you.
Kills you.
It is kind of, a little bit, sort of, it is, 100%. This is, I'm going to change, the crab icon for now, and we can work on changing it back later, because I don't want to make a whole token with this. But this is too good an opportunity to pass up. I have to do it. Okay, there we go. You may drag yourself onto the map, Jujira.
I am
as you...
currently looking at the gray screen.
Nice, right? You had that happen. Is
You're
everybody
the
else in
Chris.
fine? No issue?
I'm
Mhm.
fine.
Okay, excellent. No. No, you know what? I'm no so hard that message is gone. It node out of existence. Here's what it looks like. But oh, that's all. Oh, I know what happened. Perfect. This is it.
Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, da-
Alright, the art's there.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah, this is not yet loaded.
Interesting. Very, very
All connected, it
interesting.
looks like. Well, while we're waiting, I presume any of us who wants to tag along for the pass that a trace can have that while you're casting it, right?
I mean, it stays centered on me, and I'm planning on going skittering over the roofs and the like.
Wait, is it?
Nameless has it. You guys can use it with me. You guys can stick with me.
I did not know that's how that worked. Oh, I always thought past that a trace was like, if you cast it, then they get it like applied to them. Ah, I see.
Oh no, it's like an aura.
Huh.
Refreshing is a mistake.
Oh.
I mean, looking like you're in hell isn't exactly inspiring experience either.
I mean, couldn't you be doing the shopping right now?
Yeah, I
Or is
suppose we
that-
could got that. But so tell me a bit more about how this is working, Ray. So you are flying out on Holly. Okay, I get that part.
Yeah, I'm gonna land on the roof. Dismount. Do we know if these stairs lead into the shop?
Are you attempting to stealth in any way?
I'm stealthing by going very quickly.
I see.
Look how aerodynamic Holly is. Holly is built for speed.
Do you tell anyone about this?
You hear as Holly as Ray gets into Holly, you hear them muttering ion stones as they quickly begin to depart.
Are you sure you're not
Is
part of
any-
Red Team?
Is anyone else walking out other than Jojira and Ray?
I'm flying.
Okay, is anyone leaving the compound other than Jojira and Ray? If not, then I will follow Ray so that we don't get murdered by something weird.
Yeah, I mean, if you have pass with that trace, fuck it, I'll go with you. Why not?
Yeah, follow where I am needed, I guess.
By I'll follow you, are you referring to
Nameless.
I'm
by follow
latching
you?
onto Ray,
Oh.
Yes.
so you can't exactly follow Ray.
That's what I was going to mention. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I don't know then. Why don't we just all, you know, walk together, sneaking?
Have you met my character?
Yeah, many times actually.
Do note that a stealth check can only work when it is possible to succeed, and having a plus 20 to stealth does not work if you are in plain sight unless you have some feature that specifies otherwise.
So where are we trying to go in?
Umbraturgy.
Where are we trying to go in town?
Back to the shopkeep, you know, the guy who has the magic touch
Yeah.
whatever
But
shit?
that's she wants to buy an ion. So what about the rest of like what is our actual goal here? Like where are we trying to go? You know?
I
Fine.
am
Which is
trying to
what
find the
Hajira is
gold.
doing.
Okay, because if all you're trying to do is go to the shop, then be my guest. Go ahead. You know what an ion stone looks like.
Yeah.
We can handle that part first, yeah, and then the other objective afterward. So, Ray, go ahead and roll a stealth check at disadvantage.
Would the disadvantage be cancelled out by Ray humming the Mission Impossible theme?
Give me your best rendition right now.
And she flaps Holly's ears as she's doing it a little bit.
Nameless
No,
is
that
gonna
did
point
not
out
cancel
from
it
your
out.
shadow. You're not making yourself more stealthy. I'm just saying.
I'm not bellowing it out. I'm just like humming. You know, you just like hum it to yourself.
No.
What?
Nameless, would you like to try humming the Mission Impossible theme?
I do not. I've never seen a Mission Impossible movie. I don't actually know what the song is.
Oh
Nice.
my god. I guarantee
can't
you,
believe
you've
this.
seen a lot of videos with the music in the background and just not noticed it.
Probably.
Yeah, the one that's
That
like
wouldn't
dun
surprise me.
dun 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 dun.
Isn't that
dun.
007? Oh,
No,
that's
that's not. That's Mission Impossible.
Oh, I see.
But no, or your impersonation was not sufficient. That's still disadvantage.
What if you imagine it? What if you imagine Holly doing it, and it's kind of sounds a bit like a trumpet doing it?
Do an impersonation of an elephant doing the Mission Impossible thing.
How do I make an elephant noise?
Well, it sounds like you're rolling a disadvantage then.
God damn it. Alright.
Just roll 2 20s.
Have you considered like just stealthing like a normal person?
Nope. I have not. Speed is my stealth.
Name of the series, you have perception proficiency?
I feel like that is something I would usually take. Yeah.
As as Holly makes their like kind of dramatic landing on the roof of this building, you kind of see like a few murmurs from below in the crowd.
You have 2 minutes, and we are getting out of here.
Okay. Well, oh wait. Do these steps lead into the actual shop?
Yes.
Oh, easy.
You say as you find there's a door there.
Also, you did not add +10 to your rolls. Or guidance. Or your 1d4 from the thing.
The thing?
The talisman. You have one, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're limited, right? I'll say the talisman rolls for later. Yeah, just pretend there's a +10 on those. Sure, why not?
Okay. You can still roll the d4 for guidance.
Oh, okay. Why not? But this is very on brand. I open the door.
Not as with the knowledge of the +10 and the that extra very significant D4 addition. You find that there's not like a whole crowd murmuring. It's just a few people who just seem to have seen something. But unless you
Still
poke your head out, unless you poke your head out, you're not sure exactly to what extent they saw. Ray, you head down the stairs and you see a significant obstacle. There's a door there.
I open the door.
Nameless is gonna keep watch on the roof in case like we see any guards or whatever headed our way. I'll send my familiar down with Ray so that I can
Alright.
let them know if anything happens.
As try opening the doorway. Quick. It is locked.
A D&D player's worst nightmare.
Is it not business hours?
This is the back door.
I jump off the roof. And then slow my fall with wings. And then dart into the shop.
Alright. Presumably with your hood covering you?
Yeah, with my hood. Specifically with the hood covering the iron stones as well.
Alright. Go ahead and make a stealth check. Just a regular one this time.
Would I know that Ray would have to make another check and give her guidance too, or?
I mean, it seems that there is some amount of discretion that you're trying to keep here, so I think that's a reasonable assumption.
Okay.
Are you with them, or are you still keeping watch on the roof?
I'm keeping watch on the roof, but I can tap them with guidance before they jump
Okay,
off.
then
So that's
just
your
20,
last guidance roll.
just 21.
Okay. You kind of merge into the crowd, Ray, as you kind of see some people just minding their own business. You don't recognize these people, but you weren't exactly like getting a good look at them from the air as you enter into the shop, as you see the familiar magic shop owner.
Yap.
Yeah. Inside of there, you notice that the magic items they previously had that were unbought remain. However, the ones that had been bought appear to have been replaced by different things, including, yes, that certainly is an ion stone, one akin to the one that you had previously had.
I'll fly to the like customer side of the. Is there like a counter where like the merchant's on one side, the customer's on the other?
Yes, although before you can even get to the counter, the owner does greet you. Hello, welcome. I don't recall which voice I used for this, so I'm just going to pretend it was this one.
Hi there. How much is the pretty gem?
Oh, I see you have a good eye. Yes, this particular item, called an ion stone, actually, while it appears at a gem, is actually of great stone of powerful importance. It is said that holding on to this stone will make one have valuable insight into the world around them.
Wow.
So I'm making it an ion stone of wisdom or something.
Yeah. What color is it?
The color of this ion stone. This ion stone is the color. Sorry, I am thinking based on this. This one would be kind of a cream color.
Cream. I see.
Cream.
Did you actually look up what color it is, or?
Yeah,
No.
there's a cream one? Oh,
Is
God.
this the kind of thing where if you
Yeah, the
mentioned it
descriptions
to-
for each ion stone mention
Yeah,
a
they
different
have
color.
specific colors.
right?
I
So
don't
what I'm
think
saying
each
is,
ion stone has a color on them, unfortunately.
I think
Yeah,
they
it is.
do. They
They
definitely
do.
do.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
It's at the bottom of the description if you're looking for it. If you scanned it and couldn't find it.
I'm silly then. No, it is blue. I'm ridiculous. It is a blue ion stone.
I imagine that you can telepathically ask either Jojira or Diesel what it is based on color, and they'd be able to tell you then.
Yeah.
Insight is blue, incandescent blue. Awareness is dark blue. It could be one of those two.
I am the Iron Stone Master. I know all the Iron Stones. I
But what
suffered
about-
through long lectures of them.
Well, what about the shape?
Is it pale blue or incandescent blue?
It
The
is
shape
more of an
also.
incandescent blue.
That's
Alright,
crazy.
Thanks.
You could almost say
Incandescent
it's
not
would
quite
mean
sure
like
what
kind of a
incandescent looks like, but yes.
like kind of a
technical.
glowing color, I guess.
Yeah, like neon.
Okay.
Love. Oh,
I mean,
no.
another way to tell the difference is that one is a sphere and the other is a rhomboid.
Yeah.
Look at
It
this
is a
fancy
spear.
word guy.
This one is a spear.
Okay. Do you have any in pink?
Give me a moment. I'm just checking something real quick.
For reference, I don't
Fortitude
actually know if there is a pink if there's a pink iron stone or this is more just color scheming.
Fortitude is pink. Leadership is part pink. Dusty Rose for protection. That's pink.
You asked if they have any in pink. No. This is the only one that I've found. I apologize.
Oh.
But I assure you that while it may not be the color that you are quite looking for, I may have something that may interest you just to solve this exact problem. Behold, this wand over here. You see a stick that appears to be a bit on the more colorful side. This stick of wonderful hues is said to be able to alter the color of things of your choice.
Wow.
Oh. How much is a stick?
They think about it. This particular stick, I've kept here for its wares because such powerful magical ability is often outside the scope of what one may think is feasible and possible. I've had trouble being able to get it to work, however. I'm willing to part with this for a meager 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay, and the stone?
The stone, its latent powers within, I assure you, could make you the most insightful person in the world. What I
I don't know, I'm already pretty insightful as it is.
But you could be more so, greater than even the greats. And so, I'm willing to part with this stone of mine for 7,000 gold pieces.
7,000 gold pieces.
If you buy the stick and the stone together, I'm willing to put a discount and make both for just 6,500 instead. Consider it a gift for browsing my wares. It has been more than 2 minutes, by the way, Nameless.
Yeah, sorry, what the freak is my phone? Oh, Mochi Cat. Yeah, Mochi Cat, kind of, like, tugs on your hair insistently.
I flick at it. Stop! Stop!
Mochi Cat
Kind
takes
of like
1
does
damage
this
and
little
dies.
spin in the air, comes
No,
back, sits on
Mochi
your head for 10 seconds, and then tugs at your hair again.
Oh my. Sorry, I've
Good
got
night, girl.
some. Seagull. Just tries to like flick it and puts their hands on their head a bit slightly flustered at it. Okay. How about this? Just a stone. 5,000. And I'll tell all my friends who have lots of money, like me. Ray like shows or pulls out a bag with like money in it. We all have money, and we all like magic items. So 5,000, and I'll tell my friends about this shop and how it sold me my favorite stone, even if it is blue.
Make a persuasion check at advantage or deception check at advantage, depending on your intention here.
Well, they already kind of know about the shop, but I'm not lying. I will tell them, and this probably will be my favorite.
It's not
stones I
about
have,
the
so-
lying, it's about whether you're being deceptive, which is a different, are you being deceptive?
I'll add the talisman default to that as well. 26.
Okay. this does intrigue me. I would love to meet them. And how much did you say?
5,000.
The shopkeeper seems to ponder this for a second. Then you have yourself a deal, as they extend their hand out quite earnestly to shake your hand.
Ray has to fly up a bit and just sort of like quickly shakes. Yep, very good.
Doesn't he get your name
Yes,
when
you
he
shake
touches
their
you?
hand. You kind
Yeah.
of see their eye kind of widen slightly.
Hold on.
Gotta love it.
Let me get these out for you right now.
Oh god. Mochi Cat once again tugs on Ray's hair.
I mean, like, wait, is the stone not like on display?
It is. They're pulling it out from behind a glass container.
Okay.
Alright. They go ahead and provide the stone over to you. And the stick of colorful hues, of which I will make a handout for later.
I thought she wasn't buying that, just the stone.
I
Oh.
wasn't mad, just the stone.
Sorry, just the stone then. Here you are. One ion stone of insight, as it is called. Keep
Oh,
it on your
thank you.
person and keep it safe. It will make you wiser.
I don't know if it will. Ray will take the stone and say, anyway, thank you. Obviously, she'll pay the guy and then zoom off.
Alright. Make a stealth check as you return back over to the ceiling with Nameless. Or roof, sorry, not ceiling.
Yeet.
Nice. You exit almost as quickly as you entered and just as stealthily.
I throw it onto my hood, like put it with like the rest of the iron stones circling. Well,
You got what you needed?
I got what I needed.
Alright, we should get out of here.
Your cat's really annoying.
Well, yes, that's intentional. That was longer than 2 minutes.
Like, never agreed to 2 minutes. Are you like not in a shadow right now, by the way? Are you just like standing there?
I'm in Holly's shadow.
Oh, okay. Do you ever like pop your head out to talk to people, or do you just talk to them from the shadows?
In this case, Nameless would probably pop their head out to show you a disapproving glare.
Well, in however long you stay out for, Ray's going to do a similar like action that your cat was doing to them to show how annoying it is, and they're not going to stop until you eventually retreat back into the shadow.
Okay. Nameless will shake you off and go back to Holly's shadow.
All right.
Alright.
Where are we going? Where was everyone else going?
I don't think I think everyone else was just staying in the hideout. I think Jojiro was the only one who was gonna have a look around.
And I am still looking at a gray screen.
Wow, it's
We
still?
didn't see the golem like when Ray and I were traveling through the streets.
As you were flying over the sky, not traveling through the streets,
Sorry.
you do see
Yeah.
that the golem is still there in its spots playing with some children.
Okay. What if we came back at night?
I mean, I was thinking stake out, follow it back, see if it goes anywhere at night.
Yeah, that works too.
I've just seen the crab art.
I don't even know which one Aqua picked.
the best one, of course. You fly off. Go ahead and make another stealth check at a disadvantage rate, or you do still have the passive out trace going on.
Oh, Kaleidocally. $13.
10 plus
Maybe-
24.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the cat will shout guidance.
Is it low enough to reroll? I can't see.
It was a
Oh,
3 I got.
didn't look.
I
I
got
got
three.
3. Yeah, I can reroll that for you too.
Oh, puggies. One more time. 19.
Alright, interesting. You kind of see some further murmurs inside of the cloud nameless as yeah, you both are flying off, presumably back to the hideout.
There's still clearly eyes on us as we go back to the hideout, right? Because if that's the case, I don't think we should head back there, because that might give away our position.
Alright, so you kind of like weave in a sort of a different pattern to kind of hide what yourselves.
We'll take a detour route, and then perhaps like dive down into a street, like a back alley, and head that way.
Okay, that works. You dive down into a sandy back alley where it doesn't seem there are many people. Take a few different turns and then try to lay low on the roofs of the buildings, going from one to the other. Now, this is pod racing. Sorry, Star Wars references have been banned. You can't use them here.
Is that an actual thing?
No.
Pod racing?
Pod racing is a Star Wars
Yes.
thing, if that's what you mean.
That means like
Yeah.
was the ban an actual ban?
No, I'm joking. I use Star Wars references all the time, even though I've never really watched the films. Like a rite of passage. Speaking of rite of passage. Did it load up, Jojiro?
Nope.
Congratulations.
This is so tragic. It was working earlier too. For you.
Yeah.
Right? It was struggling with other people, but then you were fine, and then now it's not. That's fine.
You did try refreshing and closing and opening everything.
I did a little bit of refreshing, yeah. I'd still blame Aqua for telling me to refresh to begin with.
It looked like hell. It was weird.
Just close your browser and just straight up try it again. I just be frozen. I don't know why it gets stuck sometimes.
Yeah.
Not sure what the reason is behind it being.
Well, that's
weird.
happening. I can still describe to you what you see and move your token accordingly. Would that be enough?
And I'm not sure I'm going to really be doing anything other than ascertaining the golem's location and then maybe telepathically communicating with the others over the course of action from here. Like, is it
Right.
real just stake it out until it's alone, basically? Or at least learn where it goes at night?
To do after we know this again?
I mean, we need... I mean, I think the eventual end goal of the golem is kidnapping the golem.
Right, but like,
And taking its heart.
did we have a plan for how to do that?
Get
Not
a
really, I don't think.
spoon and take out its heart.
Oh, hey. Completely closing and reopen my browser worked.
Oh, nice.
It still looks like that though.
Ah,
I can do nothing for you. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to be in development hell for a bit. I've attempted literally everything I'm capable of. By the way, I don't know if y'all saw, but you do notice at the very least the train is not here, which makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
But isn't it convenient that this map had one variation that didn't have a train on it? I think that's kind of convenient.
In the meantime, can I like use my Arcana expertise just to evaluate the golem more? Because we never really looked at it. We passed by it like once, basically. I think.
So you'd like to just kind of crawl up
Wait,
on
what do
nearby?
you mean we stopped and talked to it?
we high-fived it.
Yeah.
I thought that
Fine.
you guys did that at a later time. Like when we were headed to the hideout, we did not stop by, so I was not with you when that happened.
I mean, even if you weren't, I was, and I have expertise.
Did you have an expertise at that point in time?
What level were we?
I don't remember.
I
I mean, it's
just
not
like-
like I can do much since the time's going to be spent here anyways, so I might as well do something during it.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to. I think we got a decent amount of information about it last time we were here.
Yeah, like I'm just probably going to find like a roof nearby it and try to observe it from there.
Okay. Crawl up its position is indeed confirmed as the other two fly by and you kind of crawl your way over, right, with your endearing little cowboy hat on your crab form. And you find a nice spot to kind of rest at. Like a random passerby, they know how cute that little hat is, and they kind of mentally like take note of it, and that's it. They don't seem suspicious or anything. They just are, it's funny.
I mean, I've been trying to stick out of sight where possible.
Yeah. I'm talking about like when you're like, for example, crawling like from one spot to the other. They're like, oh, and that's it. They don't make any note of it. They don't like try to follow you or anything. They just think it's nice.
I mean, like, I imagine that the characters based on us, like, if they're anything like us, like, I barely ever use this feature, so I imagine most people wouldn't know that the sheriff can do this.
Alright. So, you go ahead and keep watch over the golem, right? And kind of ascertaining a little bit more about its nature. Arcana, although I'm trying to remember if Diesel had Arcana expertise at the time, but if there's some redundant information, that's okay. You see it that the golem is once again just kind of playing with some local children that have made their stop around here. Only one of these children seem to be a repeat of the last time. Otherwise, it looks like it's just a brand new set of them, as they kind of run circles around a golem that looks like it's extending its hand down, right? And it's kind of like slowly going in a circle as if trying to, lightly tap the children to kind of tag them out, right? And they're like trying to avoid getting tagged. It's going like in a 360 around itself.
Kind of like a more active Duck Duck Goose.
The children for their part are like laughing this up, and the golem is just kind of doing what it's doing. For how long are you intending to kind of watch it? It may be a while until nighttime, or at least dark.
I mean, I do want to know where it goes at night, if it ends up alone. So, presumably, I will just keep waiting.
Okay.
But also, I have a expertise with jeweler's tools. Like, I don't like this. Is there any like glowing lights inside of it that might look like refractive gem lighting, for example? I mean, I know that's really far-fetched, but
You kind of take a look over at the where the chest is glowing right there, and take a lot of time to kind of ascertain it and try to mentally think about anything that even remotely resembles it. The closest thing that you can kind of conceive is that is almost certainly an Azamar crystal inside of its chest cavity.
I mean, we figured.
Alright, Diesel, are you just waiting in the hideout until you get any kind of intel?
I mean, I'm fine going into town with whoever has Pass Without Trace. I just kind of chilling here. Although I guess it'd be hard for me to. I don't have the ability to turn myself into a crab, so maybe I should just sit here.
First time we saw the golem, detect magic didn't bring up anything, right? I think Jojiro had it on.
Yeah, I had it on as we left the train, and I walked past it.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, I guess I'll just vibe.
Okay.
We can, I guess, like, if Jojiro gets tired, we can swap off and watch the golem.
I mean, I've got some pretty okay con saves against exhaustion.
Okay.
Eventually, night begins to creep in. Hold on, actually, do I have... Hold on, wait. This would be a good excuse to use this if I have it. Give me a second. Hold on.
I was
Nameless
curious
is
if you're
going to
changing
be
night,
nearby.
I would change what I see.
As we get closer to dusk.
Well, it's what did you say, Nimbus, that you were doing? Sorry.
Nameless gonna make sure they're gonna be somewhat close by as we get closer to dusk in case Jojiro needs any help. So I'll be
Okay.
on a roof somewhere too.
Okay, give me just a moment. I'm just checking something. Oh, this is unlucky. There is a night map for this, but it does not have the train station there.
I assumed you were just
draw it
gonna
in with paint.
do the dark.
You know what? You know what? Hold on 1 second. should I have used the little icon? There we go.
Wait, is Tiny Hut a ritual?
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. We can do better than this one. Does this matter? Not really, but I have these maps, and I'm using this as an excuse to use one of them. So, this one. It's the cool one. This one's even better. Eventually, as you're watching Trajira, torches are being lit around the area to kind of give some visibility during the night, right? Even though the night moon up in the sky kind of gives that impression. You look carefully, and you're not sure. You're pretty sure that railway is still there for the train, but just kind of it looks a little fuzzy in the distance. Hasn't gone anywhere though.
What we owned?
I just thought of something.
What?
The amount of time I can stay as a crab is limited.
Oh,
A large dragon just appears.
that's fine. Someone else can watch the golem instead.
I can stay as a crab for 6 hours.
What time is it when we first get here, Jay?
Hold on. I'm just double checking one thing.
So shouldn't you keep like some transformation time in case we need it later?
I mean, it's for the whole use. If I undo it, I lose all time.
Oh,
Because I lose
okay.
the whole use. And I think that's accurate. I can go check something real quick.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Actually, this might be important.
Yeah, that didn't get buffed. Wait, really?
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Really?
What?
Oh my god, that actually works. That's hilarious. Okay, there's no concern anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry, they misunderstood something. So, you go ahead and, in your craft form, take some time to just kind of keep watch as the golem eventually, you know, it gets dark enough that I guess I can hide most of these people here who aren't actually on the streets. The camels have been are starting to kind of nod off a bit into the night as they just chew whatever the equivalent that they have of cud is, I guess. I actually don't know what a camel would be chewing on. I don't know if that would be called cud, but my hunch is it's not. There's still the occasional person walking by, right? But for the most part, the night in the city is a quiet one. There's some amount of frolicking of people enjoying good drinks. I'm pretty sure that the saloon is still bustling. Which, eventually, the golem then begins to start walking. And then it just seems to stand here as if waiting.
Waiting for a person, perhaps? I don't know if insight expertise is any use on a golem, but...
You do have both Arcana and Insight together, which does help. The way that it is waiting, right? You're kind of trying to ascertain a little bit more and trying to compare it with how a construct would normally behave. It's not patrolling, which would imply that it's like keeping watch or something. It's not powering down in some capacity, which means that it's like trying to conserve energy. It is simply standing there, staring down where people appear from. That it's waiting for a person seems like a reasonable assumption.
Well, I mean, we could attempt to take advantage of this opportunity.
And
Risky.
do what?
I don't know. If I show myself and as the sheriff, I might be able to order it around if it is indeed programmed to obey authority figures. But, you know, that's pretty fucking risky.
I mean, you can try. There's no one around, right?
There's a few people, not that many, but there are a few.
Okay.
I am really recognizable, even at a distance. You said that it doesn't, like, telepathic contact with it is impossible, right?
You attempt to, and it's either impossible or it's not responding. It's one or the other. There's no easy way to tell.
Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't speak a language, it might not even be able to communicate back. I think that's how telepathic works anyway.
It spoke to us, though.
Did it?
I think so,
I mean,
right?
it did, like, hand stuff and, like, pantomiming.
Yeah,
I don't think it actually
remember it. I don't think
spoke.
it talked to us.
Well, I guess it understood us, is what I should be saying. It seemed like it did.
Diesel recollects back and does remember the golem pantomiming in response to things that it's heard.
How heavy does it look?
It is a large golem made of stone. So, in instances like this, do you know what I pull up when I don't know the weight of something?
Some kind of calculator, I assume.
Chat
Sure.
GPT.
Yeah, let's go. I did this earlier when I got asked a question about the spiders. Based on a reasonable estimation of a golem of its size, about 2,500 to 3,000 pounds sounds approximately right. You know what this day and night cycle reminds me of? Majora's Mask.
I mean, you already mentioned the moon exploding, so, you know, we're pretty close.
The inspirations are there.
My head cut out again. I don't think I'm strong enough.
From what we were saying, or you were saying something?
The last thing I heard was 2,500 pounds or so.
About 2,500 to 3,000 pounds. Then I said the new day and night cycle reminds me of Majora's Mask. Then Ray reiterated that the moon explodes in Maroon Ship. So,
I mean, actually, it is a very Majora's Mask overall in type of feeling. Sadly, we can't turn back time in Candlekeep to keep Quill from getting what he wants. I mean, if I get super big, it would. I think I could carry it based just on my size difference.
What if we make it small?
I mean, this point still stands that I am really recognizable, and I'm still not sure how okay it is for me to be recognized.
while you're pondering, there is something you do note as you're kind of like watching the golem. The magic shop owner from earlier appears to be you just kind of see them off as if they appear to they have their stuff, like they just left work essentially, and they're heading in a direction that you kind of intuitively recognize as being the sheriff's office.
Oh, excellent.
So I'm assuming he's going to report Ray being in the vicinity to the authorities.
That was.
Also, why is Jojira being recognized a problem?
Well, because when we were all being disguised, Valen specifically disguised me too. So I'm assuming there was a reason I need to be disguised also.
Oh, I also remember you not having a wanted poster, so.
Hmm. I'm just being cautious.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair.
I mean, I don't think there's any reason for me to stop the guy or anything.
Sure, if Ray gets captured, that's on her, you know?
I mean, it's
I'd
more
like to
like
see them
that's
try.
basically just hearsay, an anonymous tip. Like, it's not going to amount to much, I don't think. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe he's planning on just like somehow scrying her new ion stone and being able to identify her location from that. He didn't seem like this whole place though isn't very magic heavy.
Yeah, I remember the last time we heard he did not really seem to understand the nature of his power or how incredibly strong it is, so he probably doesn't have a lot of strengths when it comes to the magic department.
The all-seeing eye, however, does specialize in divination, and scrying is divination. But we still have time, probably. Even if those like disaster dominoes did fall.
It's a beautiful night.
We probably should have done some thinking about the golem problem over the week.
Would you like to consider thinking about it now? We could end the session here as people put some
I mean,
consideration
it kind of
to it.
depends on what happens. We can't. I mean, you could just walk up to it and like lift it up and take it away, but I don't think it's a good idea. I just feel like I need to know what's gonna happen next before I can decide.
What if you
Well,
try and
what are the options? I think is the more important thing.
Like the
there-
option right now, well, it's sitting in plain view, so
Sure.
you would have to just pick it up and go. Like that's.
Well, sure,
But
okay,
if
but
it
what I'm saying
walks
is,
somewhere,
what's the end goal? Are we trying to take the golem or are we trying to take the Asmar crystal?
I mean, the golem itself seems really important as far as it has a AoE immunity effect to the sandstorm.
So,
it,
can we just, like, toss it into a teleporter in chapter 1? Like, just, we all, like, we grab it, we all meet up, even if they see us, we jump into a teleporter, we go give her an Asmar crystal, chapter 1 ends, the golem's with us, you know?
the thing about transport via plants is that it has to be willing.
same with teleport.
I see.
Which is why in Curse of Strahd they got around that with the bag of holding trick that you guys abused.
What if we just, like, put 5 bags of holding on the 5 different limbs, like, we just build Exodia, we just unwrap it one at a time on the way there, you know?
Interesting.
Honestly, why don't we just shrink it and then put it in a bag of holding and then TP to where we need to go?
Yeah,
that's
someone
the
with Arcana
easiest thing.
expertise. Constructs usually have immutable form.
The worst.
What if this one doesn't? Aha.
Oh, does it have any spell slots?
The stone golem does not have any spell slots.
Is it concentrating on anything?
It is not concentrating on anything.
Oh, damn.
Absent-minded.
It is eerily still, as it's just kind of standing and or waiting there. It was so animated before, it's kind of odd to see it just, you know, be a golem.
Part of me wants to go walk up to it in crab form and see if I can get it to follow me. Like, just yank on it with my pincers. And
Ray has teleport, right?
Yeah.
So, you did to Jira have to leave. Like, if Jira can figure out a way and has to leave the golem alone, maybe that's okay. I don't know. You can be like, oh my god, there's this person that needs help. You are a big, strong golem, come help me.
Wait, Ray, you have teleport, like the spell teleport, or like teleportation due to World of Recall?
She has it through Holly.
Oh, right.
You know, I did think of one thing. I don't think anybody here in Tashluda could follow me under the water.
Okay.
Would it
Well,
be
what does that
possible?
change?
I mean, if I grab it and pull it into the water with me, like nobody would be able to give pursuit. It's
Yeah,
an
just-
option, you think?
Where this is a desert though. There's water.
The Oasis, I guess. I don't know.
Wait, we're at. This is the ocean at the bottom of the map.
It is an ocean.
It's
Oh,
a port. But the thing is, though, we're back to the whole you need to be willing to be transported via plants or teleported. And it's it was like was it days by train?
here's also it's like, you know, okay, great, we kidnapped the golem. What if the golem doesn't listen to us after that?
I mean, I feel like it, in some regards, it wants a master. Like it wants to be given orders and the like. And that's like
If
why it's
it's-
doing things to the
If
kids.
it's already like basically marked a person as its master, we can't just grab it and then force it to listen to us.
So you're saying we should grab the master?
Yeah, I think okay, so the was it like the guy and his daughter or something that
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
encountered this golem?
Yeah, it's Shamir.
Yeah, so the golem just basically saved them from the sandstorm, right? Why don't we just come with a plan to convince them to come with us for whatever reason? And they can take the golem with them.
Well, next session, when we have like elocution back, she might be able to be our spy. I mean, in terms of like TFT spy or TF Team Fortress 2 spy who can disguise themselves.
I do have an idea.
Hmm.
What if I fly out and come here as stealthily as possible and try and convince it to play tag, and we kidnap it via a game of tag?
Oh, that would be fucking great. Like, I just fucking cast transport via plants, you run through it, and then it follows you.
That's definitely an idea.
I think it's
I-
unironically maybe one of the best
I
ones we've had
don't
so far.
think golem is that smart.
I do
Golems
think
typically
that
aren't.
it might just be that we talk to the man and his daughter.
Can we see if at least it? I mean, because I could. There's no harm. Like it's nighttime. There's probably no harm in flying here and seeing if it will engage in the game of tag. You know?
That's good information, yeah.
Would
We
you like
do,
to attempt that then, Holly?
I do feel
Holly
like
Ray.
at some point we might want to look into disguises, whether mundane or not.
Yeah.
Would you like to
I
give
mean,
it a shot then, Ray or Holly? Holly Ray?
Yeah.
Holly Ray?
Yeah.
It's like holiday, but Holly Ray.
Sure. I'll park Holly here by the trees.
It's so dark in the sky that there's no reasonable way somebody could see you from the ground. You don't need to stealth check this time.
Pog. I'll fly up to it.
The golem at this moment, right now, you presumably should approach from the back of it because it's facing this way.
I'll approach from the front. Like circle around, waving.
As you're waving, its head tilts over to your direction from its somewhat motionless state, and it begins waving back. It looks a little creepy at the night because its permanent grimace on his face never changes, no matter what. But it doesn't seem mean, right, as it waves.
I'll fly up to it. Go. Tap it on the shoulder. Say, "You're it," and then fly down here.
The golem looks over at you and begins taking a few steps, but then kind of like looks backward at that area over there.
What's
it
it
looks back
looking at
over at you.
specifically?
It looks like it's looking off into the distance, as if it's looking for something.
Shamir, probably.
I mean, what direction is it looking at?
Which direction? It's like looking I guess I'm not sure how more specific. Is it just a big arrow right here? It's looking that way.
Wait, hang on.
It then looks
Oh,
back over. It then kind of looks back over at Ray and just kind of begins, you know, giving some amount of chase. It's never really running at full speed because that's terrifying. It's more like, you know, like a little light power walk of sorts. As it
Ray is
extends
putting on
one
their
hand.
best, like, child playing tag, being chased. Okay,
Maybe.
so where am I leading this, by the way? What's the plan? I've got the goal. Actually, you know,
To a
I'm gonna
darker
fly out of
alleyway.
his reach. I'm gonna fly up out of his reach, just out of his reach.
To a darker area where there's no one nearby, Juju is gonna cast the plant. What's it called? Transport via plants?
Yeah, I will note that I can only have one more cast of that before I run out, and I'm out of long rest, so this is literally the only other one I can do if we go with this.
Also, notably, I don't know how Ray's communication with Holly works, but if Holly's the one that does teleport, we have to make sure we can actually use that if you're gone.
Ray can telepathically speak with Holly,
Okay.
or Holly has 120 feet of teleportation. Teleportation, telepathy.
Do note
Wait.
that teleport is also only for willing creatures.
I mean, presumably it would be if we can get it to go through transport via plans, the teleport would be
Yeah, that-
for the rest of us.
Yeah, it's like it's willingly entering the plant.
Yeah, what to do? I just fly out of reach, just out of reach.
That's,
It kind of lightly like bends its knees and tries doing a jump. It only gets about like a foot into the air, and then it doesn't jump very high. And as it lands, it kind of has to buckle its knees in response to its own weight. And then it just keeps trying. As you can tell, Jojira, like with your insight arcana, it's playing. It's very much pretending that it can't actually go that much higher.
Yeah.
It's not putting in
It
its
is
full
that-
effort.
Nameless will
Yes.
keep an eye on that that area that the golem was previously in and see if anyone shows up to come pick it up.
New plan. I'm gonna fly down and sit on its shoulder, and just point in a direction.
It pokes you as if to mark you for tag, and then
I'll say I'll say different game. New game is horsey, and then you'll point in a direction.
it kind of puts its hands to its head as if doing like a shocked person expression, and then it does in fact get onto all fours.
Oh my fucking god, that's terrifying. I
That
just
is
meant for it to
terrifying.
walk.
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
I made the map, right? So I have some idea of the distance between Tashluda and the depot.
Yeah, it is several days by train
I'll
travel.
see if I can get it to stop.
What is that in miles?
That's a fantastic question.
ChatGPT.
Essentially, I just want to know if it's within telepathy range, or like with our telepathy. It's like I believe Elocution said it's like 173 miles or something.
Something like that. A steam train could easily travel like 1,000 miles in one day.
Okay, so not big enough.
No.
I'll ask it to see if it will play a new game called Adventure. The goal of the adventure is to go to a pyramid.
It kind of gives a puzzled, quizzical look, not by changing its expression, but it kind of like bobs its head or tilts its head like slightly to the left, right? and then puts like point one finger to the top of its head.
I just looked telepathic has a range of 10 to the 5th, which is about 18 and then 19 miles.
18, 19?
Yeah.
Okay, so some degree of decimals fuckery happens, I guess.
So definitely not not far enough. That being said, I mean, you can always communicate your plan before you go.
I'll say.
I was just thinking that if I go with the transport via plants, like if we were still in telepathy range, I could just show up at Valens with the Azumar crystal to end the chapter whenever we needed to. But we can't now. Or at least that wouldn't work, is what I mean.
I mean, that is potentially still an option if it does work and the Ray hands over an Azumar crystal.
But you're contemplating that. Nameless. You see Shamir and Pesh are making their way, down the street.
Well, might be our last opportunity for tonight. It's just that without this last 7th level spell slot of mine, like we literally can't get back to Valen, I don't think. Oh, wait, we do have teleport.
Valen would have given us. Valen gave us like. Oh no, she gave us supplies in chapter 1 before. Wait, do we still have the supplies she gave us?
No.
Because that didn't happen yet.
I see. Well, I mean, we don't have to necessarily kidnap it immediately. It might be worth seeing like what these guys, what it'll do with these things.
I mean, yeah, we can see like if they bring it somewhere or something.
But I will ask it. Not now, but another day. Will you play Explore Desert game? It's where we go into the desert and walk around.
It kind of claps its hands together as if it seems to have some kind of understanding, and initially it kind of like buffets you back just a few feet. It doesn't hurt or anything, just like kind of blows you away slightly as you see it emanate a fairly large field of wind all around it that moves all of the dust off the street, basically cleaning it all away and pushing it all past.
Does that mean air? Does that mean Ares covered in that?
It's what? Oh, no. It pushes it off of them too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like it kind of hits them in the face for just a moment, but then presses it off fast enough that it doesn't like get sand in their mouth.
Did it seem like enthusiastic about the idea? Am I reading that right?
You clap its hands together. That's usually a sign of some amount of enthusiasm and or understanding.
I mean,
Cool.
maybe it wants to go back to the desert.
Okay, we can always restart the book if we fail.
There's probably enough time to quickly just ask it. Does it want to go back to the desert?
When asked this, it let me think about how it responds to that. Yes, it does nod its head.
Ray, since I presume time is quickly closing, Ray will say, do they get there before I have a chance to leave?
No, presumably that you're in communication enough that they would have been like, you need to go.
Okay, cool. Then I'll say that I'll add them twice. I'll just say, I'll be back to play more desert games. Bye.
Golem! You kind of hear her yelling out from the distance as the stone golem kind of kneels down and Pesh goes and gives it a hug. How's today been, Golem? Did you have fun? The Golem nods. Shamir is just kind of looking on, just kind of shaking their head a little bit with a amused smile on their face. All right, Pesh. I think Golem's had a very adventurous day. It's probably time for them to go home. Yeah, Golem, come on, let's go. I have so many stories to tell you. So many fun things happened at the saloon, and I beat another person at pool. As the Golem picks them up without any further instruction, and just places Pesh on their shoulder. Alright. Come on, Pesh, let's go. Shamir takes note of the, kind of dust basically missing from a huge radius on the ground. It seems the cleaners are doing a shoddy work now. Golem, why were you not standing where you usually do? You see Golem placed her hand down, kind of like at knee height, right? A child this late at night. Well, that's not that weird. I hope they get home safely. They all three of them together walk off into the streets, into the distance, and if you keep watch of them, during that time, nameless, presumably, you see that they enter one of the houses further into the city, and eventually the lights turn off, which is, I think, a suitable spot to end today's session.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that is the plan. Invite Golem Buddy on adventures in the desert next night.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought Ray was going to do, instead of us letting them take the golem back.
Well, I think it's nice to have some information, just see if anything, different happened, like,
Well, now that it's gone this way, and we're in Tashaluta for another day, maybe there's a key pool people could look at.
Oh yeah. Wait, why don't we just look at the key pool in the day? I forgot about the key pool.
Wait, but we can't go to the key pool because
why not?
We don't have access to it because Bakme isn't here.
So
why do we need Bakme?
Don't we need him to get inside?
Okay.
We
here's
know
the
where
plan.
it is. Like, we can just go to it.
Yeah, we say that Growl is the leader of their monk temple, and they've come to spar with these people, and if they prove themselves worthy, that we should be able to use their pool easy. So
actually, I was planning on 1v2ing them.
I mean, whichever works.
I feel like that would be.
Fight.
I still do. I want to know how they react to the sheriff showing up, and they are. I don't think they're friends with the police force or the rest of Tashaluta in general. So I feel like that would be the safest way to find out.
Like, yeah, I mean, I think having some combat with them is probably pretty useful, just because combat's probably good for the pool, from what I gather.
I mean, from my understanding, it's very important for the pool.
Yeah. Because we got a bit memed when we hadn't had some combat.
Memed.
You're gonna get memed on, kiddo.
Like, I definitely got very memed. I can't give myself 20 temp HP every turn, so I definitely got memed by the pool.
I don't think Rao has any complaint. Rip. Yeah, I do have to head out though, because I have to go and meet up with my dad and my brothers, of which I have 3. Why do I have 3 brothers?
Wait. Are your other 2 brothers fire and earth?
Holy shit.
I mean,
no, but
wouldn't it be fire and air because grass is earth?
Oh yeah, sure. That's it.
It'd be fire and earth backwards, to be fair. But no. Interestingly, this is the reality. This is more interesting. Is 2 of them are half brothers, so we don't have the same mom. But we have the same dad. And those 2 are.
Oh, so your last name is Dragon for all of them. Okay. That's
yeah, exactly. It's Sarge Dragon, Earth Dragon. Actually, I don't even have the same last name as my dad. That's a story for a different day.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think I've heard this story.
Is this still on stream, by the way?
Yes, but now